Hello, YouTube. This is Lisa sharing life stories and craziness with you. Today, I'm just going to talk I'm going to do different people, but today I'm just talking solely about my beautiful mother. What is this? Oh, she was a character. She had a hard life. My mom grew up one of two children, to Maxwell Edgar Hildreth and to Olive. I don't know what my grandma's. I don't think she had a middle name. It's Olivia Hildreth, but everybody called her Olive for short. And she had an older sister, and my Aunt Sally. And I know that when my aunt was like 4.5 years older than her, whatever. She's the same age as my dad, my aunt. Born in the same month too, February. And I know my aunt said when my dad and her were born, there was a big blizzard of 1938. And my aunt's grandmother was coming over from Canada on a bus to be with my grandmother, having my Aunt Sally, and my grandma Clara was having my dad. That was the last of her kids. They always called him Gina, meant baby. And I don't know who was with my grandma for my dad. I don't know. She told my aunt said something, but I know they were both born in a blizzard of 38. Isn't that something? You know, and they didn't know they'd be family members one day, but God's got it all planned out. But anyways, this is about my mom. Some funny anecdotes about my mom as a character. My mom was a true character. My mom always fought depression her whole life, right? But check this out. My mom couldn't drive a car because her nerves are bad. I wanted to teach her. She wouldn't go. I begged her. I'm like, I'll do anything. I'll help you. She wouldn't do it. My dad tried to help her. She wouldn't do it either. But me and her used to get in some trouble, let me tell you. Kmart's was one of our favorite stores. I grew up growing up on 13 Mile between Hoover and Shaner in Warren, Michigan, off a street called Palomino. It was named after three or four streets were named after horses. Palomino, Pinto, and Roan. Those are all horses, and I didn't know that for the longest time. Roan was a horse. Palomino I knew, but Pinto, yeah, they were all breeds of horses. And there was a couple other streets on there. Rosello. I forget, there's another one too. But anyways, my mom was such a character when she wanted what she wanted, and I get that from her. When we want what we want what we want, okay? She had so many damn layaways going in Kmart all the time. She couldn't keep track of that shit. Because that's how she used to get stuff, because my dad was always thinking we were going to starve and be in the soup lines, and he did really well. And he got us everything. My dad was so good to us and so generous. I'm an only child. Like I said, my dad did buy me 15 cars. I could sit here and name every one of them off to you, and I don't think you guys would want to sit and do that. But yeah, I could. Jeez. So her and her layaway, she'd get them mixed up, and then she even figured out at the end sometimes, like, she'd have stuff in a layaway and it would go on sale, and she'd get a little bit of a break, and she'd be so happy. Then she'd put more shit in a layaway, and we were always on our bikes going up and down, back and forth to Kmart's. I remember one time coming home, it was so bitchin' cold, it was snowing out, we were freezing. She had a blue bicycle, a 3-speed or something, and I forget what I had, some kind of 10-speed blue bike. I had a blue bike like her, and I didn't like the color blue, but my bike was blue too. And We had reefs on our frickin' handlebars. We have reefs, and I'm freezing my ass off trying to get her stuff out of the layaway. I'm like, how are we going to carry this stuff home, Ma? But she had reefs and shit all over and garland on her handlebars, and so did I. I'm trying to get home with all this shit on my bike, trying to get it home. Oh, that was something else. And then we used to like to eat in the cafeteria, and I don't think I ever got it, but she got it, and I know my aunt worked in the cafeteria when my uncle passed away, and one of the best things they made was an apple turnover. It was in a like a pie crust shell with warm vanilla pudding over it. It was like crack in a bowl. I mean, it was so freaking good. Oh my God. It was good. But my mom was a character. Then she'd go shopping with my dad, and my dad didn't even know what was going on. She'd be getting shit out of the layaway. We'd be bringing stuff in the house, and she always hid everything under her damn bed. And then this is the funniest thing in the world. She'd all of a sudden come out with like a new hat or something. And my dad goes, "Where's that?" She goes, "What are you talking about? I've always had this." She got away with murder. She got away with murder. And then when we used to go to flea markets, I was a kid, she'd send me, "Go find your father." We'd used to go to Farmer's Market in Royal Oak, right? She'd send me to go to my dad to get more money, knowing my dad wasn't going to yell at me. I'm a kid. Go get $100 more from your dad. We're talking 30 years ago, 35 years ago. She got baskets and, oh my God. My mom collected primitive antiques, blue and gray granite ware, real Indian baskets, Crocs with blue writing on them that are so much money now. A lot of people don't like the primitive stuff no more, but it's kind of coming back again. It was beautiful. I still have a couple pieces of gray granite ware that I cook with, a couple teapots and a couple coffee pots. Nothing was made like the granite ware. It was tough, it was durable, it was wonder. And I remember we used to go together and go to flea markets to find stuff and to get the good deals, and she'd always have me help her look. I was good at it. I used to get people to come down on the prices. I was good. I was a hustler at heart my whole life. Kind of like her, and we get that from my grandfather, her dad. My grandfather came from Canada, English. His parents came from England and from Wales, I believe. And my grandpa was just a character. Like, his father owned the whole block at one time, but he was a drunk. Lost it all. At the same time, he owned the wagon shop, he owned the barber shop, and a couple other places, and gambled and lost it all. Could have been rich, really rich. He could do anything. He could draw, my aunt said. He knew everything. He could draw, he could cut hair, he could build wagons. He was just so multi-talented. It was unbelievable. And the bottle got him. But my grandfather, he was very smart to come over here, and he wanted to be a U.S. citizen. He got his own little fleet of boats. He used to be so poor he had paper in his shoes. He had boats he would run out, like little rowboats, or little boats with little motors. And he busted his ass. He worked for everything he had. And I know I'm getting off the subject for my grandfather, but it just kind of all goes hand in hand. Where my mother grew up, very close to where I live now, like a couple streets away, he dug out the basement. He built that house. It's still standing there. And when I think of it and I go past it, I feel my family's heritage there. My dad grew up not far from where I'm working in Detroit, Michigan, off of Coventry. They always used to say Coventry, but it's Coventry Street, between State Fair and 8 Mile Road. And I like to think of, like, where did my dad, what sidewalks did he walk up and down, you know? I remember till he was 5 years old, they lived on a street called Gable. And then now it's just so destroyed. There's no reason. This is the thing. You can be poor, but why do you got to be dirty and destroy things? I don't agree with that. I don't. I really don't. You can be poor as a church mouse, but you can be clean and neat and take care of what you have. Don't destroy what you have. Take care of what you have. Hello? Yeah, but my mom was a character. She really was. We always were hiding shit. And then he used to try to corner me with my dad. Is that new, or did your mom really have it? I'm put between the middle of them. But I always took up for my mom because I knew my dad would freaking blow out for no reason. He'd get all crazy about money and shit. And like, no, she really had it, yada, yada. Then she used to hide candy and treats under her bed too. And I remember when my poor mom was passing away, she was still concerned about what was under her bed, if my dad was going to eat it all. And I had to go get all new stuff because it was all gone, because she was in the hospital for like a couple months and never came back home. And I don't want to talk about that because I'll start crying. So, but yeah, she hid the stuff because my dad would, I swear to God, me and my mom would go to bed and it was free reign for him. He wouldn't just eat a little bit of ice cream. He'd eat the whole bitchin' tub. It was all gone. He'd eat not just one roll of chocolate chip cookies. He'd eat the whole box. That's just how he operated. He'd start watching shit and reading newspaper, getting comfortable. And that's back when he used to smoke. Oh my God, yes. He could throw down eating. My dad was one eating Pollock. I'm telling you. He was something else. Excuse me. My sinuses are starting to get stuffed up. I'm going to put that medicine in. I'm going to get it. But my mom was a character. I'm just telling you. And she'd always be taking money, sneaking money out of my dad's wallet. Then he'd be arguing with her. I know I had more money. Well, you know what? I just really, if I could go back and say anything, just give in to Mom, because you know she's going to win. She's the boss. Who you fooling? Just give in to her and let's just go on and make her happy. Excuse me and shut up, because she's the boss. She's the boss. And we had a good life. We had a happy life. My parents loved each other. They were good to one another. We did for each other. We cared about one another. And our whole life was to serve one another and help one another out. And that was a wonderful, wonderful family that I had. And I pray to God, God gets me back on my parents again one day with my husband. We're all together, and his family too. I keep yawning. What is it when I come on here, this yawning shit? Jeez, oh, mezo, it just pisses me off. I don't yawn at all till I get on here. Oh, my eyebrows are driving me crazy. Yeah, but my mom was a character. I hope that I could stir up some memories in one of you today about your mother or your father and funny little things that they did or said. But yeah, there's so much more, and I'll get into it another time. But my mom was a character. I'll never forget coming home with reeves on my handlebars and a damn blizzard freezing my ass off. My mom was funny. She wanted what she wanted, and that's what she wanted. Does anybody want to watch me yawn? This is ridiculous. I apologize. But yeah, she was a character. I remember too, one time we were getting, because she couldn't drive, a new table set was getting delivered, and my dad was at work. I went on up to their bank, Michigan National Bank, and she called them, and she okayed it for me to get like $200 out. It's for them to pay the rest of the table fee. And they okayed it. That's back when things were different. You know, you could call over the phone and say, I'm so-and-so. This is my account number. I'm sending my child up there to take this money out. You could never do something like that nowadays, because Anybody could be calling and saying, that's my kid coming to take the money out and drain somebody's money. That's hysterical. You can't do nothing like that now. And that was in the late 70s, early 80s, that they still did stuff like that. Pretty amazing, huh? Yeah, these are the glasses that I found at Burlington in a dumpster. I love them. I absolutely love them. And I can see out of them good. They're not all scratched up yet. I truly love them. But I was wanting to share a couple things. Oh my God! About my mom. What is it with me? This is not right. I sound crazy. But about my mom, that was funny. She made me laugh. She was a goof. And I always had to have a Slurpee when I went in Kmart, you guys. Always had to have a Slurpee. I couldn't go in there without getting a Slurpee. Ask my mom and dad if you ever see them in heaven, because I could not go in there. But I'll come back with some more stories and I'll quit yawning. I love you guys. Like and subscribe. I'm not right. I love you guys. Like and subscribe, please. Help me build my channel. And come on here and tell me good memories if you have of your mother, your father, your grandma, your aunt and uncle. Or funny stuff. Give me some good stuff and tell me about your way of life. Everybody lives different and it's okay. We're all going to go to the one God in the end. I love you all. God bless you all and have a great day. And subscribe. Remember, you sons of bitches, we're all in this crap together. Have a great night. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Make me smile. Anybody want to send me any more bracelets? Feel free. Stretchy, beaded bracelets are cheap. They're under $1. Please send them to me. I love them. Please. Please. And the way you send them to me is my address, 11280 HUPP Hupp. There was a car after Hupp. HUPP, Warren, Michigan 48089, in care of Lisa Kurzawa, Kurzawa. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Bye.